Good morning and welcome back to the 6 a.m. Club where we start our day inspired. It's another day and I'm here with a thought that might just shift your perspective. I don't have a quote today. I was looking for a quote to try to talk about this, but I didn't, so I'm going to do it without a quote this week. Here's the thought. We often think of competition as something external. But what if I told you that your real competition is not out there? And I'm making air quotes here. We live in a world where competition seems to be everywhere, at work, in our hobbies, or even on social media. But let's pause and consider, what if your biggest competition is within ourselves? How many times have you compared yourself to others, whether it's in your career, in your relationships, in your achievements? These comparisons can be draining, and often they leave us with a feeling of inadequacy. Your real competition is the version of yourself from yesterday. It's the person that you were a week, a month, a year ago. Your journey isn't about outperforming others. It's about becoming the best, most authentic version of you. So instead of focusing on being better than someone else, let's channel all that energy into growth and progress. Setting goals, embracing challenges, celebrating achievements, no matter how small that might be. Remember that the small step that you take today can lead to significant progress tomorrow. It's important to celebrate the small wins because they are the building blocks of your personal growth. Now, I want to go just a little bit deeper on what I mean by competing with yourself. I mentioned your real competition is the version of you from yesterday or a week ago or a month or a year ago, right? It's not about comparing ourselves with others and competing with others, but competing with ourselves. And what do I mean by that? I think that the real competition is your procrastination. It's your ego, the knowledge that you're neglecting to learn, the lack of discipline, your distractions, your bad habits, your negative behaviors that you're nurturing every day, your self-doubt. It can be the unhealthy food that you're consuming. All of those are your real competition. Those are the things that you need to compete against if you want to succeed, if you want to feel proud of yourself, if you want to feel accomplished, if you want to feel that you're winning in life. And not that life is a competition, but in a sense it is. We are competing against ourselves, against the parts of ourselves that are not aligned with that best, most authentic version. That version that we aspire to become. And here's the thing. That version, or everything that you need to show up as that version of you, it's already inside of you. But it's competing against all these things, and I probably can add more things to the list. Every time that you procrastinate on an important goal, that is holding you back from becoming that version from you. That is your competition, your procrastination. Every time that you neglect to learn something new, every time that you stop yourself from stepping outside of your comfort zone, that is your competition, because that is what is holding you back from winning. Every time that you get distracted, that is your competition. because your distractions are preventing you from focusing on the most important things that are going to allow you to win in life. Every time that you continue to encourage bad habits, that you continue to practice bad habits instead of breaking that cycle and replacing them with good habits, that is your competition. Your bad habits are your competition. You are your competition, your real competition. You need to compete against all of those things. And the only way you can do that is one day at a time. One day at a time. Because a lot of times it can be overwhelming when you look at all of these things and you're like, wow, all of those things are in me. I am not worthy. I am not good enough. We run that risk of feeling that way. And every time that you feel that way, I want to remind you that all the good things, all the things that make the best version of you are also inside of you. And it's that internal competition that you need to face to become better, a better version that you were yesterday, a week, a month, a year ago. So here is our call to action for this week, because I can't end a podcast episode on the 6 a.m. Club without a call to action. I want to invite you to ask yourself today, what can I do today? How can I be today 1% better than I was yesterday? Because every time that you go after being just 1% better than you were yesterday, you are beating your biggest competition. That version of you a day ago, that version of you that you were yesterday. Now you're becoming a better version of yourself. And that is winning. That is beating your true competition. I also want to remind you that your journey is uniquely yours and no one else can live it for you. Beating your biggest competition, beating that version of you that you were yesterday, doesn't mean that you're changing who you are or hiding who you are. You need to beat your competition while embracing all your quirks, your talents, and your individuality. Because those are the things that make you shine in your own light. Winning, it's only winning when you're shining in your own light, not when you're becoming someone else that you're not. As you go about your day, I want to remind you that you are your greatest competition, but you're also your most significant source of inspiration. Keep evolving, keep striving, and keep shining. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, embrace your journey, your progress, and your incredible potential. I'll talk to you again here next week for another episode of the 6 a.m. Club, and I'll see you Monday for the Leading Yourself podcast. Have a great day.